The ceramic tiles are very nice and they last a long time, but they can be quite difficult to install. And one of the problems that I've come across when cleaning up after an install is getting rid of the grout, because if you get a bit of grout here, say on the actual tile itself, then that can be a real nuisance. It can be very difficult to get off. And I've got a tile which has been badly contaminated. I'm going to show you the tricks I use to remove it. So here we have quite a badly contaminated tile, and the first step is to remove it mechanically. So I'm using this, which is basically a scraper, and it's designed for ceramic hobs. So as it's designed for scraping ceramic, it should not damage the ceramic tiles at all. And essentially you can use anything like a stripping knife or even a Stanley knife or other sort of blade, but the scrapers are essentially a razor blade with an angle here to lay it flat against the surface so that it really scrapes very efficiently. So then it's just a matter of just running it across the surface. You might need a little bit of encouragement, but you can already see in just a few seconds a pile of dust building up upon the blade as the cement gets removed. And this is a really very heavy sort of contamination, so it's going to take a little while. But I mean even within a minute, within a few seconds, most of the cement has actually gone and is now just a fine white powder on the surface of the scraper. So in just a couple of minutes we should be able to do this whole thing. Okay, so that's the scraping complete, and as you can see it's virtually completely removed it. And if these were smooth tiles, it actually would have completely removed it. But these are textured tiles because they've got little brush marks in them which give them a very nice look, but unfortunately it's trapped all the cement. So the next step is to use a chemical remover. Now you can buy grout and cement removing chemicals, but these are very expensive and they're also very corrosive. So we can use an off-the-shelf product from the local grocery store or supermarket that will do the same job. And essentially all these chemical grout cleaners is acid, hydrochloric acid, or sometimes sulfamic acid. So we need an acid cleaner. Now I'm using this one here called Tile Bright, which is, and it tells you on the back, citric acid and sulfamic acid. Sulfamic acid you should not confuse with sulfuric acid. Sulfamic acid is a moderately strong acid, which has the advantage that the calcium and magnesium salts are very, very soluble. It's also non-toxic, so it doesn't burn skin and flesh like hydrochloric or sulfuric acid, but it's very effective and it's stronger than things like acetic acid and citric acid. You could of course also use any acid cleaner, so Cillit Bang is quite a popular acid cleaner in the UK, but it's very expensive, and this Tile Bright is much cheaper. So then using a relatively aggressive scouring pad, and they're usually coloured green to indicate the more aggressive type. Stick a little bit of the acid cleaner on the pad and then just gently rub, and it'll take about 20 seconds of rubbing. Don't need to scrub very vigorously, you just need to rub relatively gently and the chemicals will do the work now that you've removed it. So there we go, that's done. Now the final step is just to rinse carefully with water to remove the detergent and the chemicals, and then just polish it with a dry cloth. I'm using a microfiber cloth to finish. And there's absolutely not a hint of residual cement in the area that I've treated. It has completely been removed and the tile is sparkling. So there we go. When I was looking into getting this place remodelled, I called a tiler in who's got 25 years experience, and I showed him these tiles, said, how do I get this cement off? And he sort of looked at me blankly and goes, well, in 25 years I've never done a job this bad, so I actually don't know, but it's pretty tough stuff. So I've no idea how it comes off. And there we go, mechanical and chemical. you need an acid cleaner, so Sillet Bang or a dedicated tile cleaner, or I suppose you could use lemon juice or vinegar or something like that. That's all, thanks. Have a nice day. Okay, just a quick look at the finished product. Now, looks quite nice. Nice metallic tile trim there. Sort of matches the rest of the metalwork, apart from this, which is stainless as opposed to chrome, but then very difficult to find stainless steel bathroom material. It's often just chrome plated steel and it rusts. You would have thought that the manufacturers would have learned by now, but I suppose it ensures regular replacement. Just another little tip about tiling really. These borders, I mean, they look very nice, but they're very expensive. I mean, these tiles here were about £1.75 each, and they're 200mm by 400mm. And these decorative ones, these little ones here, were about £3.50 each, and you know they're 30mm by 400. And the only real difference is the fact that they've got these little glass bricks on them here, like that. So you're paying an awful lot of those. Had I known, what I would have done is I would have just bought some bigger black tiles of the same size and cut them down to size, but oh well, I'll know next time.